I know it's already May, but I had to tell myself there's no perfect time to start, so let's get into it. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Planning Serenity, where we plan for serenity. My name is Jessica, and in today's video, we are going to try to get my life together. Well, I'm going to show you how I'm going to try to get my life together. Try to make a long story short, I am 34 and haven't budgeted a day in my life, basically. I was raised pretty, I was spoiled. I'll just put it that way. And I'm not bragging because I don't think it was necessarily a good thing. However, I'm not going to complain about it, but I did get what I wanted when I wanted it. And didn't really have to work for things that I wanted. So when I became an adult, life hit me, and it hit me hard. I had a full Division I basketball scholarship in college, so I really didn't have to pay anything in college either. So, you know, going from having anything you wanted to going into college and basically having anything you wanted and then just being thrown into adulthood, as you can imagine, my finances are a wreck. So I did want to start budgeting. I am going to be doing the cash envelope method, but in order to start that, I need to budget something. My finances, I need to start somewhere. So I did Frankenplan, a budget planner, and I did it similarly to, I don't know if you watched my last video of my planner, Frankenplanner set up for my work planner, but I did do it similar to that. So you will see the cover isn't a typical Happy Planner cover, and that's because it is it's actually the inside of the Faith Happy Planner. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you clicking on my video. I hope you stay for a while. If you are returning, you already know how I feel about you. But yeah, let's continue. So again, I have been loving the idea of using the inside of covers as actual covers. So that's what I did here. Now I did have a budget expansion pack, so that's where this came from. Essentially, the goal of this video is to just show you my Frankenplanned budget planner. I do have other items that I'll be getting into. I already got my cash wallet and all that good stuff, but if I add all that into this video, it'll be hours. So I do just want to show you my setup. I did customize some pages. So anyway. So I used the budget planner expansion pack. It's funny because I got this during like a Hobby Lobby sale, and I was like, I'm never going to use a budgeting pack, but I thought it was so cute. And then the stickers that came with it, I was like, I can use these even though I'm not budgeting. Come to find out, I saved it, and look, now I'm using it. This came from a random expansion pack. I actually keep random notes in here. I watch a lot of videos, and sometimes I need to jot down notes about, like, you know, budgeting and things like that. I actually had some notes in here before I started, or before I pressed play and pulled them out. But this is just why this is in the front, just so I can stick things in here. All right, so then we have this Grow Your Own Way. I actually got a planner before I really knew about decorative planning. And when I found Happy Planner and decorative planning and all that, I was like, I can use these inserts and do something with them. So what I did is literally, I took all the months out, I tore them out. They were on a spiral bound, so I tore them out, used my my cutting board or whatever it's called, and evenly cut one side, and then I cut the strip off. As you can see, this was for June 2023, but I cut it off and then just made it like a dashboard. I'm thinking about laminating it possibly, but we'll see. But I just thought it was cute to have in the front of my budget planner saying Grow Your Own Way. Like I said, there's no better time to start, and I just had to tell myself that. I am 35. It took a long time to get here, but I'm here and I'm ready to start. So I just thought this was fitting for the front, and I put it on just a regular cheetah print Happy Planner notebook paper, and you'll see that theme throughout. And then the other side, I just have a year at a glance. It's just a random printable. All the printables you see that you'll see in this planner were free. I just found them online by doing random Google searches. except for one printable, which I'll tell you when we get there. So I do have this year at a glance at a front, and for each month I'm going to pretty much put the main bills that are due for the month, if it's catered to that specific month, if that makes sense. So like there's things that aren't due every month, but they are due on a certain month in the year, or certain holidays that may affect paydays. I am going to note those as well. And I'm just going to use dot pens, probably some of these, just pick 2 different colors just to categorize it. But yeah, that's why I have that in the front. And then obviously it coincides with the 2023 calendar. So I thought that was perfect to have on the back of this dashboard. All right, and then this is, I spoke about this in previous videos. It was cardstock that I got at Michael's in the clearance section for $3. It was a big pack of cardstock of different black and white styles. And I just cut it down to match the size of the classic, just to put it on the other side, because I think the other side was like a January 2023 currently, and obviously I don't need that. So this was a free printable I found. I put it in the front because I find there's so many times where I'm doing something and I will need my bank account info, and it takes so much time and effort to go into the apps to do the Face ID and then click this and then click that just to get to the bank account info. And then like when you're trying to copy and paste the accounting and routing, it's just too much. So I just printed this to have it in the front for a quick reference, for my bank account info. And on the other side, I printed credit card info, just so I can have that as well. I do not have many credit cards, but I will use this for debit and credit cards. Then we have, as you can see, I whited out the days. This was a blank monthly. This is in the front because it was a part of the budget expansion pack. I thought it was super cute colors. My idea, instead of using it as a monthly, is to write important things in here or use it as a tracker, or I don't know. There's a trillion different ideas floating in my head, but I think it is perfect since it's undated. I can put individual things in each squares, or I don't know. Drop some ideas down below if anything pops into your head, or what you would track or do in these squares in a budget planner. I would love to hear some ideas. All right, so then we get into the beginning of the months, and we have May. This also came from that planner that I was cutting up. This is just regular cardstock, but they had a lot of cardstock in it that had designs on it, and I just thought this was so pretty. Again, I want my budget planner to be exciting, pow, pow, pow. So you'll see quite a few of these random, I guess you can call it cardstock throughout. Now I'm not going to show you the month of May because that's a separate video that you will see, or if you click on it, you'll see it. And that'll be coming after this, obviously. So we are going to skip the month of May. Now on the back, I did just glue because I ran out of tape runner while I was putting this together. This took me days to put together, y'all. Like, I was being extra. But anyway, I ran out of tape runner, so I did use glue just to put it on the back of this monthly page, just to make it just as thick as the divider. So in each month, this is what the general setup is going to look like. So I'm going to have, obviously the bookmark's going to be, or whatever these are called is going to be whatever section I'm in, so it's easy to turn to. But I'm going to most likely always have this blank page on the back of the month, because there are a lot of notes and things. I don't know if y'all watch a lot of budget videos, but there's a lot of notes and things that go into getting your budget correct. So I did find this is the only printable you'll see in this video that I did pay for. However, it was only $1.25. And it is very similar to the Budget Moms Paycheck budget printable. However, I just like this one better. This one also came with like 30 other printables for $1.50. And then this came in different colors, things like that. So I just thought it was more bang for my buck. As I said, I will be starting cash envelope stuffing. I probably won't be doing a lot of that on this channel, but just to show you, that is why I chose the cash envelope printout. And I will be budgeting by Paycheck. I get paid twice monthly. So yeah, this will be in each monthly section. So I have a paycheck budget sheet for the first paycheck of the month, and then I have a budget sheet for the second paycheck of the month. And these are just taped and or glued on regular sheets. You know, we're trying to save money. There's no need to do anything extra or buy any extra thick paper. I'm just using what I have and gluing regular paper onto Happy Planner paper. And that's another reason I already had to add expander discs, because I did a lot of gluing and adding of pages. And by the time I was done, I was like, whoa, this isn't even 12 months of calendar and it's already big. But anyway, this is another divider. As I said, you'll see quite a few of these. It says, this is the time, this is the place. And then this will carry over to each month as we go along, because it is my monthly bill payment tracker. And it has the months of the year along here. I am going to list out all the bills that are usually due every month for the year. And then, as I said, this will go along as I go month to month. I'll just pull this out and put it back in. Just so I make sure that I can check off that all the bills are paid for the month. And it'll always go across from the bill pay checklist, because for the specific month, I will list the bills that need to be paid for the entire month, as well as their due dates and their amounts, and to confirm that they were paid as well. I may change this to cash or card. I'm not sure. Again, I'm just starting, so I haven't quite figured out where I want to go with this. But this is what each month will look like. I also have an expense tracker. I'm not sure if I'm going to track my expenses just yet or in this way. I kind of like this setup, but I'm not sure about expense tracking just yet. This is a printable from the Budget Mom. It is a no spend monthly tracker, and you could just color it in on each day that you don't spend. And I did put it for the first month because, again, I get paid twice monthly. My first pay of this month does not come until the 16th, so I haven't spent much money from the first until I get my first check. So I thought it would be cool to see if I can continue that trend throughout the rest of the month. So I will be filling most of these in, if not all of them, up until the 16th, because I will be spending some money when I get paid. If y'all don't know, I did get a new job, and this will be like my first real big paycheck since I started. So I will be budgeting to start. I'm just making it a goal of mine. Even though it's my first paycheck, I still want to budget it, but I also will be spending some money. And then the back of this is just, like I said, I've been gluing or taping on regular notebook paper from the Happy Planner. And we just have an extra expense tracker in here because the budget expansion pack came with quite a few of these. So I figured, hey, why not? Let's just add it in there. And that's what each monthly setup is going to look like. So I'm loving it so far. I'm actually super excited to use it. I'm going to fill it all out when I get paid. And I may bring you all along on that, or I may wait until next month for that part, but we'll see. So I'll just show you each month. We have, and this was Frankenplanned. I pulled a bunch of different dividers from a bunch of different planners, but I think it came out well with my vision of having it like crazy bold colors. So we have June, then we have July, and you'll see like there's a gap here when we move June, so that shows you it really was Frankenplanned, like because all the dividers don't line up, but I feel like it's fine. So we have June, then we have July. This says you are enough just as you are. Yeah, June didn't say anything. And then we have August, which might be my favorite. It's also my mother's birthday month. She passed 3 years ago, and I think about her every day. But it's just crazy how this might be my favorite divider, and not just because my mom, but it's super cute, and so beautiful. And I think it's a rare purple color. It's not like a typical lavender. But anyway, so that was August, and we have September. It says when things change inside you, things change around you. So super cute and fitting. This one says, let all you do be done in love, 1 Corinthians 16:14. So clearly this was from a faith happy planner. And then we have November, and this is where we start to get to, they're not all filled with complete pages from the expansion pack. So November is done, but December, I didn't have enough pages. So I will be buying more pages and or, you know, figuring out, by the time we get to December, I'll figure out, you know, if I'm going to continue with happy planner pages or use printables or all that good stuff. So then the back section is, I guess you can say savings and sinking funds and that type of stuff. So let's just get into it. Obviously super fitting, let go and let grow for a savings section, because I got to stop spending the money. I got to let it go into my bank and save and grow. So super fitting for this section. Your future looks bright, obviously, for the savings section. My future, that's the goal for my future, to be bright. And the best way to do that in monetary terms is to save my money. Celebrate, this is just a divider that I don't know, it's so cute, and it also matches that budget divider in the front. And I thought it was fitting for celebrating the fact that I'm starting this journey. I'm starting a savings, which I literally have not saved a penny or a dime or a nickel in my life. So honestly, this is, I know it's terrible at 34, but I am celebrating starting this journey. The back of this, I plan to do the same as in the front. I'm going to white Sunday, Monday, Tuesday out and use these squares in some way, shape, or form. I haven't decided just what yet. I may be tracking challenges, or I'm not sure yet. So again, a bunch of free printables. I thought this was doable for starting out. Everything you color in, you'll save $150. And the most I would have to put in is 20. Again, I'm used to spending all my money and swiping until the account reaches 0. So it's going to be a challenge for myself, and I don't want to cut myself off to begin with, because if I do that, I will hate this process and I won't continue. But I do want to start somewhere with savings, and I think this is a good challenge to start with. Then I have a savings tracker. Don't know what or if I'm going to use it, but since this is the savings sections, I just threw it in there. I do love this saving tracker that I found online. I'm not sure what each puzzle piece amount is going to be. I may do $2 to start. And we'll see. There's 120 pieces, so $2 will give me $240, but we'll see. I hope I said that math right. And then on the back of that one, we have the 100 envelope challenge, which I will be making my own envelopes for. I did find so many cute ones on Etsy and things like that, but I found a video today of, and I'll link it down below when I do make my own envelopes, of someone making their own envelopes. And I was like, if I'm going to save money, let's just do it that way. Let's not spend money. And it'll mean more to me putting money into that 100 envelope challenge than just buying someone else's. So I just have this in here because I'll be tracking it in here as well as in my envelope box. This came with the budget expansion pack, so I just kept it in here. I'm not sure what savings I'm specifically going to use it for, but again, I just kept it in here just because. Another one of those dividers from that old planner. The Budget Moms debt payoff, it's a grind. I do have debt, and when I get my first paycheck, my plan is to call the company that I have a lot of debt with and figure out a solution. And I'll be using this as well as possibly this to track that debt and pay it off. Yeah, so there's that. I also do have a car. I guess you can consider that a debt, and it is with the same company that I have the personal loan debt with. So it'll probably be fitting to just use this for the car loan and or the other side for the personal loan. And then this section is my sinking funds. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this divider here, but it went with the aesthetic, I guess you can say, compared to the other dividers that I have. So I just threw it in here for now. It just says dream. But these will be my sinking funds. And the goal is to go to Disney, so that's super exciting. I got this from the Budget Mom, I believe. I'll also be creating a sheet for a cruise. We are going on a cruise in 2 months. So I actually need to fill that sinking fund up pretty quickly. So I'll be creating some type of sheet for that, or I'll probably find one online, and that'll go here. But so for now, that's the only one that I have in the sinking funds. This was just a divider. I've had it since I started my planning journey and was just buying stuff just to buy it. Probably not going to use it, but I did want to divide and separate this section. Now this section is just extra note paper, extra cheetah print note paper, as well as extra expense trackers. However, these are the expense and extra month at a glance, which I'm probably not going to use. I don't like them. But yeah, extra expense trackers. And like I said, I'm not necessarily tracking my expenses as far as now. So not sure if I'm going to use those. Sorry, I have like cocoa butter all over. So yeah, this is note sections, and then what it has bill pay checklist, but the other side is other halves of the calendars that I'm not using. So I just stuck these back here until I figure out what I'm doing. And then I also have these 3 dividers. I am thinking about adding, instead of stopping this in December, adding January, February, March. So I do have these 3 dividers in here because it fits the aesthetic of bold pop of color. But yeah, so just says happy days ahead. I really loved it, and I don't want to stick them in my stash because I'll forget about them. This one just says bloom, and then this one says stop wishing, start doing. But yeah, y'all, that was just a quick flip through of my Frankenplanned budget planner. Like I said, I just had to tell myself there is no perfect time to start, and I just had to get to it. I'm 34 years old. My finances are out of control. I have 2 children, and it's unacceptable. Point blank, period. So thank you for watching my video. If you're new here and you made it to the end, I wouldn't mind a like and subscribe. If you're returning, you already know how I feel about you. I know this was something different, but I will see all of y'all in my next video.